Hi, everybody. It was 5 years ago this week that a financial crisis on Wall Street spread to Main Street and very nearly turned a recession into a depression. In a matter of months, millions of Americans were robbed of their jobs, their homes, their savings, after a decade in which they'd already been working harder and harder just to get by. It was a crisis from which we're still trying to recover. But thanks to the grit and determination of the American people, we're steadily recovering. Over the past 3.5 years, our businesses have created 7.5 million new jobs. Our housing market is healing. We've become less dependent on foreign oil. Healthcare costs are growing at the slowest rate in 50 years. And in just over a week, millions of Americans without healthcare will be able to get covered for less than $100 a month. So our economy is gaining traction, and we're finally tackling threats to middle-class prosperity that Washington neglected for far too long. But as any middle-class family listening right now knows, we've got a long way to go to get to where we need to be. And after 5 years spent digging out of the crisis, the last thing we need is for Washington to manufacture another one. But that's what will happen in the next few weeks if Congress doesn't meet two deadlines. First, the most basic constitutional duty Congress has is passing a budget. But if it doesn't pass one before September 30th, a week from Monday, the government will shut down. And so will many services the American people expect. Military personnel, including those deployed overseas, won't get their paychecks on time. Federal loans for rural communities, small business owners, and new home buyers will be frozen. Critical research into life-saving discoveries and renewable energy will be halted. All of this can be prevented if Congress just passes a budget. Second, Congress must authorize the Treasury to pay America's bills. This is done with a simple, usually routine vote to raise what's called the debt ceiling. Since the 1950s, Congress has always passed it, and every president has signed it, Democrats and Republicans, including President Reagan. And if this Congress doesn't do it within the next few weeks, the United States will default on its obligations and put our entire economy at risk. This is important. Raising the debt ceiling is not the same as approving more spending. It lets us pay for what Congress already spent. It doesn't cost a dime or add a penny to our deficit. In fact, right now our deficits are already falling at the fastest rate since the end of World War II. And by the end of this year, we'll have cut our deficits by more than half since I took office. But reducing our deficits and debt isn't even what the current standoff in Congress seems to be all about. The fact is, Democrats and some reasonable Republicans are willing to raise the debt ceiling and pass a sensible budget, one that cuts spending on what we don't need so we can invest in what we do. And I want to work with those Democrats and Republicans on a better bargain for the middle class. But there's also a faction on the far right of the Republican Party who've convinced their leadership to threaten a government shutdown if they can't shut off the Affordable Care Act. Some are actually willing to plunge America into default if they can't defund the Affordable Care Act. Think about that. They'd actually plunge this country back into recession, all to deny the basic security of health care to millions of Americans. That's not happening. And they know it's not happening. The United States of America is not a deadbeat nation. We are a compassionate nation. We are the world's bedrock investment, and doing anything to threaten that is the height of irresponsibility. That's why I will not negotiate over the full faith and credit of the United States. I will not allow anyone to harm this country's reputation or threaten to inflict economic pain on millions of our own people just to make an ideological point. So, we're running out of time to fix this, but we could fix it tomorrow. Both houses of Congress can take a simple vote to pay our bills on time, then work together to pass a budget on time. Then we can declare an end to governing by crisis and govern responsibly by putting our focus back where it should always be, on creating new jobs, growing our economy, and expanding opportunity not just for ourselves but for future generations. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Theo Gregory, President of the Wilmington City Council.
And I'm Bunny Miller, the Executive Director of the Police Athletic League of Wilmington, Incorporated.
I invite you to the first ever City Council Open Golf Tournament on October 9, 2013 at the Porky Oliver Golf Course.
The proceeds of this tournament will go to support the many PAL programs that support our youngsters and families in the city of Wilmington and Newcastle County. Thank you for your support, and thank you, City Council.
So please come out and join us on October 9th to ensure the success of our first Open Golf Tournament. Thank you.
Hi, this is Darius Brown, 3rd District City Councilman, asking residents of the district that have needs and requests for the Public Works Department to please use Report It, Resolve It. This is an online mechanism for you to communicate to the Public Works Department on the needs and services that you need them to provide for you in your neighborhood. To learn more about Report It, Resolve It, you can contact me in council office at 576-2140 or follow me on Twitter. I need your help as we work to improve the quality of life for all of us here in the 3rd Council District.
We continue to work through one of the most challenging economic periods in our history, and we will never be satisfied as long as Delawareans are out of work. But job growth here is outpacing the nation, and we have reasons to be optimistic about our future. This week in Seaford, we cut the ribbon on a new plant for Grayling Industries, owned by ILC Dover, the Frederica-based business known for manufacturing spacesuits for NASA and protection equipment for our troops. They're moving 115 quality jobs from Mexico to our state. In a global economy, ILC Dover and Grayling Industries had many choices of where to expand, and it chose to ship all 85 pieces of its production lines more than 2,000 miles to Sussex County. Our Economic Development Office provided some financial assistance with the new facility, but grants like that are just one piece of our plan to attract the jobs we want, like the high-tech positions at GE Aviation in Newark, the hundreds of jobs planned at a poultry plant in Millsboro, or the thousands being created in our financial sector. I'm holding a series of town hall meetings to address our economic efforts, which include educating a quality workforce, making business costs affordable, and having a high quality of life in our state. I'm also hosting these events to hear your input, and I hope you'll join me at an upcoming town hall. You can find information at delaware.gov. As analysts from the Federal Reserve have noted, our state is well positioned for decades of economic growth ahead. With a comprehensive plan that allows us to respond to job creators' needs, we'll keep Delaware moving forward.
See Jane wake up and take her meds with a nice glass of grapefruit juice. Stop, Jane! She might be surprised to learn that grapefruit juice can delay, decrease, or enhance absorption of some drugs. Yep, that cheerful yellow and pink citrus fruit, full of vitamin C and a staple of a well-balanced diet, can be dangerous. More than 50 drugs have been identified that may cause harm if you drink grapefruit juice while taking them. Grapefruit can interfere with the enzymes that break down some drugs in your digestive system, so more of the drug stays in your body. This can lead to potentially dangerous drug levels causing serious side effects. Grapefruit can also interfere with transporters in the intestine that help absorb other drugs, so less of the drug is absorbed and the drug may not be as effective. When taken with grapefruit juice, an anxiety drug may make a person sleepy or even more anxious. A statin may cause heart muscle damage. And an organ transplant patient may experience infections and kidney damage. It's possible for as little as 1 cup of juice or 2 grapefruit segments to change the way a drug works. The effects of grapefruit can last up to 24 hours, so if your doctor or pharmacist says to avoid grapefruit juice, do it until all the medicine is gone. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration considers the potential for all prospective new drugs to interact with grapefruit juice. Scientists are working to breed a hybrid grapefruit that's safe to mix with meds. But until then, share what you've learned. Always ask your doctor or pharmacist about what foods are safe to take with prescription medications, and check the labels for stickers that warn of grapefruit interactions. Be safe, Jane.
Hello, Wilmingtonians, how are you? This is your Councilman, Bob Williams, over in the 7th District. First of all, I want to tell you, the 27th, there's going to be a neighborhood sit-in. This is going to be in conjunction with the Wilmington Department of Police. Tammy Donaldo and Gina Deladon are going to be meeting at the corner of 3rd and Clayton. It's Neighbors Take Back a Corner. Come on out, support them. It's going to be on the 27th of September. Beginning at approximately 7 o'clock, going till 11 o'clock. Come on out, show your support, take back your corners, claim your part of Wilmington, and support these two young ladies in their efforts.
I'm City Council Member Sammy Prado, asking you not to be a juicer. What's a juicer? A juicer is someone who dumps liquids in the trash. The liquid seeps from the trash vehicle and onto the street. The result isn't pretty and it smells horrible. But there is a way to prevent this mess from happening. Please pour any non-greasy liquids that you have in bottles, cans, and containers down the sink before you place them in the trash. Be sure to also cover your trash can with a lid to keep the rain out. We're counting on you to keep liquids out of the trash can and off our streets. Please, don't be a juicer.
Greetings. I am Sherry Dorsey Walker, your councilwoman in the 6th District. First, I want to say thank you and commend you, the constituents of the 6th District. You did a phenomenal job. You're always taking care of one another, and I just thank God for all of you. I must say that it's you who led to the apprehension of the two young men. You, the constituents, not just in the 6th District, but throughout the city of Wilmington. When you know something and you say something, things can get resolved. So I say thank you to all of you for that. Also, I still ask for prayers for the two victims of the rapes. I ask for each of you to pray for them. In addition, as you know, there was a shooting in the 1100 block of Maple Street in the Hedgeville community. And that is a great block. You have great people on that block. And what I'd like to do, I want to caution parents to talk to your young people. If you know that you have a young person in your home who has a gun, will you please turn it in? I'm asking you, you can even come to my home. You can drop it off at my home, put it in my lawn. Call me, I'll come pick it up and take it to the police station. But we need to do something differently. We cannot continue the way that we're going right now. As it turns out, it was young people who committed these crimes. It's young people who were shooting in our streets, and we lost a 17-year-old. Please, I implore you, parents, guardians, the community, please don't turn a blind eye and a deaf ear to the things that your children are doing. Let's stand up together. Let's help these children. Let's do what we need to do as a society. And may God continue to bless the city of Wilmington. Thank you.
Hi, this is Darius Brown, City Councilman for the 3rd District. We have so much going on in the 3rd District as organizations, nonprofits, civic associations, and residents of the 3rd District have been working together to promote and build better neighborhoods. We have upcoming in October, on October 3rd, our preview party for our Old Brandywine Village Fair that will be held at Maisley Enterprises at 1601 North Jessup Street. So I ask you to please come out from 5:30 to 8 and attend the preview party. We're going to have a great time as we celebrate Old Brandywine Village. And stay with us that entire weekend and come back and be with us on October 5th for the actual fair. We'll have festivities at the Brandywine Mill Park. We'll have fun games and lots of other things for your children. So please come out to get this information and to learn more about the upcoming Old Brandywine Village Fair and all the activities that will be going on October 3rd and 5th. Contact me in council office at 576-2140 or follow me on Twitter at Darius J. Brown. I can't wait to see you there as we continue to build better neighborhoods here in the 3rd District.